welcome back to Watch the Time. I do apologise if there's any noise. I've got 3 kids going a bit crazy, so apologies in advance. Today I'm going to be featuring a Pagani Design. It's the PD-1662. Unashamedly, it's definitely the Rolex Master 2 Homage GMT watch. I think this is quite possibly the best Pagani I've had my hands on. And I think that's even better than the No Time to Die Homage that I had. There's a few things on this that are quite super. I never thought I'd say that about a Pagani, given stuff that's happened for a while now in terms of the QC issues and bits and pieces not being done right. But when they get it right, this is what it looks like. So fair play, Pagani. I've not always been waxing lyrical about you, shall we say? But yeah, this watch is definitely looking in the right direction for you guys, and this is what we want you to produce. There's definitely scope there for you to become to up your game and get to another level, because you offer the specs and stuff. You just got to be a bit more diligent. I think that's the perfect word I'd use. Being diligent in terms of checking things over and making sure they're done properly. But yeah, this is the PD-1662. I've got the Batman one. Quite like it actually. I'm going to be selling it because obviously I need to fund other watches. But yeah, I hope you enjoy it, and yeah, I hope you're all doing well. Thank you for tuning back in and continuing on this journey with me. But yeah, without further ado, let's get the camera turned around and get on with it. Hi guys, so this is the watch. As I said in the brief, just intro to the video, it's the PD-1662. There's no getting away from the fact that it's a homage of the Rolex Master 2 GMT, and I've got to say this is quite possibly the best homage watch I've ever had from Pagani Design. I'm going to go through why in a moment, but the tolerances, the build quality of this watch is quite exceptional, to be honest. It comes with all the usual stuff. I've had to take 5 links out. I've already sized it for me. It comes with the usual manual. It's got an unstamped Pagani Design warranty card in there. Normal cloth it comes with, the usual stuff from Pagani. Let's get the box out of the way. And this is the star of the show. Guys, I've got to say, hugely impressed by this watch. I've had quite a few Paganis. It's not perfect, but when they get it right, they get it right. This watch is fantastic, and I'm not just saying that because it was sent into the channel. This watch, the tolerances on this watch are quite phenomenal. I never thought that I'd get a Pagani Design where everything is done as we wanted it to be done, and how we've been moaning about it's not being done. So I don't know if they've listened to us or whether I've just got lucky with this one. But honestly, guys, I kid you not, there's so many things to like about this watch. So just give me a second. So yeah, as I say, it's PD-1662. Automatic movement inside. I think it's a seagull movement, but I can only find the fact they call it a pearl movement. Let me undo it a little bit so you can have a good look at it. DG58 33 GMT is the reference number for the movement. Hope you can see it. Looks nice. They've signed it, which is quite common with Pagani Design, which is nice. Everything you can see. So that's the clasp, nicely milled. It's got the flip flop on it as well, which they do quite often in their watches. Works quite nice, not too stiff. Everything there's stainless steel. The bracelet, solid end links. Crown, outer part of the exhibition case back. Bezel, well, apart from the ceramic part, case. Everything is 316L stainless steel. A mixture of brushing and polishing throughout the watch. So the upper part of the case where the lugs are brushed. The outer part of the case is polished. The bracelet is very much the same. So the center links of the bracelet is a five piece Jubilee bracelet. This middle section, the 3 links in the middle, are all polished. The outer part is brushed, and that continues on the clasp. Center part where it's signed Pagani Design, polished. Outer part is brushed. Nicely done. Let's go through the dimensions. So the case thickness is 13 millimeters. The lug to lug is 48 millimeters, and 51, just because it's slightly protruding with the end links. You've got 41 millimeters across from one end to the other, And if you're going to go with the crown from one end to the other, it's 45mm. Lug width is 20mm. Tapers down quite significantly. I'd say it probably tapers down to about from 20 down to about 14, and then back up to probably about 16 to 18 at the clasp. I do apologise, I didn't measure it. I will do that next time. Excuse me. So the crown is screwed down. As you can see, I couldn't get the last little bit of the blue protective film they put on it, and the case back is also screwed down exhibition, so you can see the movement. The strap material, as I said, is stainless steel. The clasp is stainless steel, as I've already alluded to, with the flip-flop on there. Really nicely done by Pagani Design. And the water resistance is 100 meters. You might be able to catch that on the actual dial. They say it down at the bottom, but we'll run through that in a second. And the dial is covered by a beautiful bit of flat sapphire crystal, which is always very nice. The weight will appear in the top right hand corner, as I've already done it, but I can't remember what it was, so I'll leave the weight of the watch at the top. But as always, let's go through a bit more detail on the dial. So very much in keeping, as I say, with the Rolex Master 2 GMT. The layout's very much the same. You've got applied indices all the way around at the hour markings. You've got marks denoting the minute and second all the way around also. You've got Pagani Design with the logo and script underneath at the 12. You've got automatic water resistance, 10 bars, 100 meters down at the 6. You've got a date window at the 3 o'clock. And it says a date window because it runs, it hasn't got a date, it's just a date window. It's got a loom covering the dial. I will do a loom shot at the end, as I always do. And let me unscrew the crown. So as you take it out, you should be able to take it out all the way, and that should hack. So you can change the time, and as you can see, the GMT will move automatically, maintaining that difference in terms of what you set it to. So if it's 4 hours, 6 hours, whatever it may be, as you set the time, it'll maintain that difference just to allow you to keep track of your second time zone. If you push it in once, excuse me, I've gone in too far. So that's once. You can set the GMT. So I'll leave it at 12 for now. And then if you go the other way, other way, you can set the date. So you set it to whatever you want it to be, and then put it back in, and off you go. When you're doing the GMT and also the date, obviously the second hand does go because the crown needs to be all the way pulled out, but it's still nice and functional. I think this watch, as I say, I'll allude to more why I think it's a fantastic value for this specific watch that I've got in a moment, just because I feel like that what they've done with this watch is exactly what we've asked for. But like I said, I can't say that this is going to be every watch, because obviously it is Pagani Design. So yeah, but let me get it on the wrist very quickly. As I've said to you before, my wrist is just above a 7-inch wrist, and this I've had to take 5 links out of it to get it to fit my wrist, and now it fits me really nicely. My wrist is just above a 7-inch wrist for your reference, and like I said, I took 5 links out. So yeah, it gives you quite a bit of scope. There's still a few links to take out, a couple of links I suspect. Yeah, 2 or 3 you could take out. So it probably takes you down to about 6.5 maybe, up to maybe 8.5. So it gives you a lot of scope for who this watch would fit. And yeah, I want to run through quickly now what I like and what I don't like as well. So what I think is pants and pukka. So we're going to start with pants, as always. What I think is pants is the Cyclops. I don't know if you could tell. It must magnify 1.5 times or something rather than 2.5, 3 times. It's pointless. I don't see why they would put it there if it's not going to magnify it that much. I'd rather just be able to see the date window, if I'm honest. I know they're trying to replicate the Rolex, but you need to get a bit more better magnification on there because it's so small. I don't think it really makes a great bit of difference. And the alignment of the bezel, as you probably can see, it doesn't line up. It's slightly off, and it doesn't matter what you do with it. The one good thing is, though, it is 120 click, but it doesn't matter what click you use, you can't get it to be quite lined up. It's not far off, but it's not quite there. So I would go with the Cyclops, and I'd go with the alignment of the bezel. But other than that, guys, the bezel quality, as you guys probably know, so what I think is pukka, the bezel quality is 120 click bezel, and the clicks are absolutely fantastic. No backplay, no nothing. This bezel is by far the best bezel I've ever felt on a Pagani Design. And if I'd received this on a San Martin watch, I would have been very, very happy. The bezel is absolutely outstanding. I don't know what they've done, whether they're making it in a different factory, but this bezel is sensational, guys. You will not believe it. The bracelet, in terms of the quality, really nice Jubilee bracelet, solid end links, and the tolerances they've used for the end links is just remarkable. Like, there's no play. Both of them protrude exactly the same, sort of like 2 mil away from the case. It sits really nice, hugs the wrist. This is exactly what you'd hope for a Pagani Design, and this is far better in terms of the tolerances and where it's made than their sort of Seamaster homages. This is phenomenal. Like I said, I might have been just extremely lucky, I don't know, but this watch is made superbly. I never thought I'd say that about a Pagani Design, but I have to be honest. And the GMT movement in terms of the functionality, sapphire crystal, ceramic bezel, all the bells and whistles you normally get, but this one is done spot on in terms of what you hope your watch to be. Would I recommend this watch? 100%. If you can get a watch like this with everything as it should be, the tolerances, the bezel, yeah, everything. Obviously, like you know, with Pagani Design, they're spec monsters. You're going to get a watch with all the specs, but the problem is the finishing and the QC leaves a bit to be desired. But when it comes like this and it's almost perfect, it can't be beaten on price. I know I put a watch up recently, minute time, that I was really happy with the glide lock clasp and everything else. But when Pagani Design are done properly and they're on point and they do this, they're phenomenal. I've got to be honest, this watch is fantastic. But guys, let me know what you think. I'm not just blowing smoke up the proverbial. This watch is made superbly well. And one more time, let's hear the bezel. Look, no backplay. Guys, that's all I can say. To be honest, I'm blown away by this watch. Yeah, unbelievable. They've done so well. But guys, let me know what you think in the comment section. As I always say, I always like to have interaction with you guys to let me know what you think of the watch, and also maybe other watches you might want to see. But guys, yeah, as I always say, don't forget to like, subscribe, and always watch your time. Take care. All the very best.